Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Startup Academy, your online gateway to get success in ISS exam. This academy is exclusively for ISS only. In the previous lecture, we discussed about price elasticity of supply and in detail we discussed about it. In today's lecture, we'll start with one more topic, with a new topic, which is known as the data collection. How do we collect data in demand analysis? So, there are two types of data required. Data required in demand analysis. There are two types of data required. First one is our family budget data, and second one is our time series data. Now, family budget data, what do we mean by that? Here we have the whole population of families. Now, from that population, we select a sample of size small n, which contains homogeneous families, like which may be having equal number of people, equal amount of income, equal, almost equal expenditure, not exactly equal but almost similar kind of expenditure and family members and income and family size, social class, everything. We take that kind of a sample, and from that we will first of all see that it is homogeneous in nature. In every aspect it must be homogeneous. And the second thing is we will regulate their income, that they are getting income on a regular basis, not occasionally or not sometime, like we that happens in business family. During some period they'll get more income, and during some period they wouldn't be getting any income, so not that kind of family. And the third one is we now calculate their expenditure. We track their expenditures throughout the year, and at the final year and the year's end we calculate their expenditure. This is the kind of data that is drawn from family budget data. Now, time series data. Time series data is related to prices of commodities. Different commodities have different prices, and that prices and that their demands at at the same price, means price of different commodities and their demand of same commodities at different time period. This is calculated and taken into consideration and then studied under time series data, which is the second type of data. So these two data has been asked to define in the examination. Now I have made you understand, you can define it on your own. And moving forward, let us do one PYQ of the year 2025. The PYQ says that show that demand curve with constant price elasticity of demand is a hyperbola in shape. This has been taken from 2025, which state that we have to show that the price elasticity of demand, when it is constant, then it is hyperbola. And we also have to show that when it is unity, when price elasticity is unity, then what is the shape of our demand function. This is the question, and it was a 10 marks asked in the examination. Now, first of all, we have to define in this question what do we mean by price elasticity of demand. Now, price elasticity is the ratio of relative change in demand with respect to the relative change in supply of a commodity is known as price elasticity of demand. I'm writing it in the short form PED. And the formula here can be given as eta P equals to ratio of change in demand with respect to ratio of change in price, and which further can be written as minus P upon X into delta X upon delta P. This is the formula for relative change, price elasticity of demand. Here, negative sign is because price and demand moves in opposite direction. That means if one increases, the other decreases. Suppose the price of one thing, suppose the price of the rice increases, then the demand of rice decreases, and when the price decreases, the demand increases. It moves in opposite direction. Now they have asked that we have to prove that when this is equals to a constant, then it is an hyperbola. So let us consider that this eta p equals to a constant c, where c is a constant. Now just putting the formula for eta p is minus p upon x delta x upon delta p equals to c. Now rearranging the terms, we will be getting delta x 1 upon x equals to c minus p upon sorry c upon p into delta p. Now let us take this 1 upon x delta x integration equals to minus c integration of 1 upon p delta p plus a constant. Let us write a constant. Okay. Now if we have taken the integration here, we can write this as log of x. 1 upon a, integration of 1 upon a is log of a. Log of a x equals to minus c log of p plus, let us take the constant also in log terms, log k. Now we can write it as log x equals to log p raised to the power minus c, because the term here comes to the power from the log rules, and log of k. Log of a plus log of b is equals to log of a into b. So here also log of x equals to log of p raised to the power minus c into k. Now antilog, if we put antilog on both sides, log and log gets cancelled, and we will be getting x equals to k into p raised to the power minus c, which is an equation of hyperbola and whose shapes depend on the parameter c. And I've told you before, hyperbola is this. These are the hyperbolas having different equations according to their shapes. Now the other part of the question says that what happens when eta p is equal to 1. Now if we consider that if price elasticity of demand is equals to 1, that means the constant is equals to 1. We have calculated that when it is equals to 1, our demand, the value of demand is equals to p raised to the power minus c into k. Now if it is equals to 1, then we will be getting x equals to k upon p. Now this is an equation of a rectangular hyperbola, or we can also call this as, this is also known as equilateral hyperbola, which is represented as this. These are the equilateral hyperbolas having the equation x equals to c upon t, y x equals to y upon t, sorry, c upon t, or y equals to ct, something like that. These are the equation of a hyperbola with a rectangular, which is no, when the constant is equals to 1. One more thing I want you to keep focus on here, if eta, price elasticity of demand is greater than 0, if it is less than 0, and if it is equal to -1. There are three conditions. If it is greater than 0, then curve would be upward sloping. Demand curve would be upward sloping. It wouldn't be directly like this, but it will be like this. If eta v, price elasticity of demand, is like this. If it is negative, then we know that the shape is hyperbola. Actually, rectangular hyperbola or equilateral hyperbola, whatever you can say, which is nothing but equal to this. And if it is less than 0, then the curve would be uh, downward sloping. Downward sloping means that when the quantity rises or when the demand rises, the price falls greatly. Suppose the demand rises by 1% only and the price rises by 100%. That is the something like this. Okay. So this was a question of 2025. I hope that you've got whatever we have done today in the class, and if not, then you can ask in the comment section. In the next lecture would be very important because we'll be starting with different types of curves, and that forms the major part of demand analysis. I hope you should revise the basic topics that we have done till now. Those topics are also equally important because they have been asked many a times in the PYQs, as I have shown you doing in the class. So that also you should be keep doing. And regarding the English portion, that also along with me Vibhuti ma'am is doing that, so you should cover that portion as well. So keep on learning. All the best. Thank you.